فيلمز اند ستارز الآن الMBC 1 حلقة 27 الآن.
It's your all-access pass to the magic... Welcome to Films and Stars, your all-access pass to the magic, mayhem and megastars of the movie world. This week we'll celebrate the cinematic brilliance of Christopher Nolan's filmography. But for now, he cements his legendary legacy with The Odyssey.
A wife? A son? We won the war.
When Christopher Nolan releases a new movie, most people don't even care what it's about. They know it'll be an epic and thrilling adventure with mind-blowing practical effects, plus an amazing cast. And The Odyssey is no exception to that promise.
The scale of it is very difficult to get the shots that we got, and to do it in the IMAX format and to be able to put people just in it. And have them know that everything is real. Like if you see 1,000 people in the middle of a battle, like there were 1,000 people there. If you see ships in the, there are ships out there, and all of that coordination to make that all happen. It took thousands of people working really hard to make it happen. And I love the fact that it's an old school way of making movies. It's how the movie would have been made 80 years ago.
To watch this film kind of really leave people speechless, to see people really engage with wonder and awe, and kind of just feeling humbled the way I feel humbled by it, and wondering, how on earth did they do that?
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. At least that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with movies, because I used to watch them and wonder how they did that. And I just love that you can't say on this one, oh, they did it with computers, or they fixed it in post, or any of the easy answers. Like, Nona's like, no, they figured it out. And it's kind of like a magic trick.
Movie magic? Yes, but let's talk about the story anyway. The Odyssey is based on the thousands of years old epic poem by Homer, and has been turned into a film dozens of times already over the last century. It tells the story of Odysseus, who, after the war in Troy, makes a decade-long journey back to his home and family. Naturally, Nolan was able to give it his own twist.
Yeah, I think it's a work of art, and I think it's, if I may be so bold to say it's Chris's magnum opus. He's such a masterful screenwriter, and I think that's the magic of this, is the script. That I was able to take this 3,000-year-old story, make it accessible to modern audiences, make it emotional, make it action. You got sorcerers, monsters, demigods, and gods. I mean, you got it all. It's incredible.
It's also like the greatest collaborative piece of work ever. Because if you think about it, it's a story that's been told over thousands of years, and they didn't actually run into Cyclops in this. It's just that story has evolved every time it was told by a different person. And like this day and age, like something happens in the world, like we can all see the same video of the thing that we're talking about. But this is like a living, breathing organism that is like changing with every time the story is told, and Chris is just one of millions of people that have told this story.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a piece of work that is a collaboration of thousands of storytellers.
Who's looking after your wife and son?
Do you see?
My dad is coming home. Bringing vengeance.
In case you've never heard of Zeus's Law, don't worry, Lupita Nyong'o has learned during production.
Really, it's the same law as do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Be kind to a visitor because they could be a god in disguise. It's just such a wonderful, age-old value system to be reminded of, and we so badly need to be reminded of it right now. I appreciate that. There's something poetic.
Mythological, epic, poetic, intimate, and contemporary, all at the same time. Make sure to experience The Odyssey for yourself.
I think it's asleep.
Like many future feature filmmakers, Christopher Nolan started as a kid, shooting home movies with a Super 8 camera. He continued these amateur productions all through college, and then his first big-screen success was 2000's Memento, a story that's told backward to help the audience identify with the amnesiac main character.
For me, the interest of the material was to get inside his head, to see himself in the heroic terms that he sees himself, the way he casts himself as the avenging hero. And the only way to do that, as far as I could see, was to deny the audience the same knowledge that he's denied.
But his real breakthrough came when he helmed the iconic superhero trilogy about the Caped Crusader himself, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, what we've done is we've sort of treated the characters in the story as we would any characters in the story that we were interested in. We haven't worried about where they came from, whether it was a comic book or a novel or a stage play or another film we were adapting or a television program. I don't think the source material needs to be relevant to the seriousness with which you would treat the characters. So that's really all we've done.
Along the way, he also found time to delve into the world of stage magic in 2006 for The Prestige and take us inside the sleeping mind with Inception.
I've been interested in making a film about dreams for a very long time, but it took me years really to find the form of that, the way in which to attack that, so that it would be something that the audience would care about, a world that the audience would care about, not something they could dismiss as, well, it's just a dream, or it's not true, or not real. So really this idea of a heist movie, the idea of an action film that enters into the world of dreams, is something that took me years really to put together into the exact form of Inception.
In 2014, Interstellar brought Christopher's detailed storytelling to outer space, and as always, he did it with as many practical effects as possible.
I didn't want to use green screen because it's really boring to shoot, honestly. You turn up, it's a depressing day when you have to shoot green screen. What's really fun is to come up with these sets we built that felt more like simulator rides than sets, and so the actors could actually look out the windows, see the real views. We could really just shoot what they were doing in the whole sequence, almost like a documentary. It's far more fun, frankly, and I think that hopefully the feeling of reality sort of seeps into what the film is.
The historical drama Dunkirk might seem like a change of pace for Nolan, but it fits a pattern that he actually established right from the start.
I think it's one of the greatest stories in human history, frankly. And it hadn't been told in modern film, and that's a gap that you're looking for as a filmmaker. You're looking for something that should have been addressed that hasn't been.
In 2023, the World War II biopic Oppenheimer finally earned the filmmaker his first 2 Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Picture. But Chris gives all the credit to his team.
Well, the scale and excitement of this movie is driven by its cast. That's true with every movie to a degree, but with this movie more than most. This is a film about people coming together to try and pull something off against seemingly impossible odds. And so we needed Cillian Murphy at the heart of this as Oppenheimer, but we needed to surround him with the greatest actors that we could find, right down to the very smallest roles.
A Nolan movie, like his epic 2026 version of The Odyssey, is always a big event, and many credit him with single-handedly saving movie theaters, though he doesn't think they're in that much danger.
That experience of going to a cinema with a group of strangers and seeing a story on a massive screen and enjoying and laughing, crying, and I don't think that's going anywhere.
So what's next for acclaimed director Christopher Nolan? A well-deserved rest.
I do one thing at a time, and I commit to one film, and I bury myself in it. For me, it's not really finished. The process isn't finished until it goes to the audience. And that's what's happening over the next couple of weeks. And then it'll be done, and I'll go on holiday and think about what's next.
Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackie. Welcome to the first day of our last film. What are you feeling? I'm sad. Does it make you sad, Chris? No, I'm not in touch with my emotions.
In Jackass Best of Us, the crew's back with new stunts, bad ideas, and absolutely no interest in playing it safe. The movie brings the gang together for another round of chaos, with the kind of moments only Jackass could get away with. The movie recently premiered in LA, where the cast celebrated its final big screen ride.
Jackass is something I created with my friends. And it's hard enough creating anything, and to create something with your friends is extra hard, especially my friends. You've met them. I can't believe we got any footage. So it's a really great night.
For most directors, the perfect take is the one where everything goes according to plan. But on Jackass, Jeff Tremaine has always been looking for something a little less controlled.
When it goes as wrong as I think it could have gone without killing them, that's when we have it, you know. The perfect take, if they make it, like a lot of times we do these stunts, and if they land the stunt, they have to do it again. They know that. So the perfect take is a disaster. And when we have this disaster, we've got it.
The previous movie brought in a new generation of Jackass members. But being new didn't mean they got treated gently. They were put through it just like everyone else.
I showed up to set and I see a chair and a doctor-looking lady, and they go, "Poops, get in the chair." And I'm like, oh no. So it was, I found out I was getting lip injections and with no numbing either. And it was just, and they're like, "Get them as big as you could get."
The stunts may be over, but the impact is still there. Catch Jackass Best and Last as soon as you can.
We are going to be making history today with the first robot prostate exam.
This is what Jackass looks like at 50. You see the finger on that thing?
That's not a finger. It's a claw.
That's what they're baby.
Coming up in Films and Stars, we'll count down the top 5 box office giants dominating cinemas this week. And a sharp-witted detective embarks on a heartfelt rescue mission in Enola Holmes 3. Lin-Manuel Miranda has revealed that he came remarkably close to joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The personal decision led him to walk away from what could have been a career-defining role. Speaking during a recent podcast chat, the Hamilton creator shared that he was originally offered the role of Adrian Toomes, better known as Vulture, the main villain in Spider-Man Homecoming. Miranda recalled Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige personally pitching the film to him over the phone. And he was especially captivated by the now iconic twist revealing that Peter Parker's homecoming date, Liz, was Vulture's daughter. However, when the discussion turned to dates, the timing proved impossible. Production was scheduled to begin immediately after Miranda's groundbreaking run in Hamilton. And after years of non-stop work, the star chose to step back and prioritize his family. Looking back, the multi-talent has no regrets, as he believes he would have been fit for the character. He praised Michael Keaton's performance in the role as absolutely perfect. Would have been the wrong fit for the character, and praised Michael Keaton's performance in the role as absolutely perfect. Would have been the wrong fit for the character, and praised Michael Keaton's performance in the role as absolutely perfect. Lights, camera, the cash is rolling in.
Moana. It's very, very helpful to be in an environment like this when you're performing. The sets have always been fantastic.
With Sherlock missing and Enola pulled deeper into danger, the mystery's ready to unfold. Watch Enola Holmes 3 as soon as you can.
It is up to you to find my favorite child.
Favorite?
Say blood?
No, it's the blood of another.
Oh, good.
Next week in Films and Stars, we'll revisit the remarkable acting journey of Octavia Spencer through the years. Don't miss it.